Science fiction isn't just escapism. It's a mirror held up to our deepest fears and wildest dreams. It turns abstract ideas into visceral experiences, letting us explore what it means to be human while tearing the universe apart to see how it ticks. But here's where it gets controversial. Some of the genre's most iconic works are polarizing, challenging readers to confront uncomfortable truths about society, power, and even themselves. And this is the part most people miss. The best sci-fi doesn't just predict the future, it redefines what it means to imagine it. Ready to dive into a list that might just change how you see the genre forever? Let's begin. The 20 best sci-fi books of all time, ranked. As both a writer and a lifelong sci-fi enthusiast, I've spent decades dissecting, debating, and devouring speculative fiction. This list isn't just a ranking. It's a love letter to stories that stretch the boundaries of thought. These books aren't just good reads, they're intellectual grenades, cultural time bombs, and occasionally just plain weird. You've been warned. 20 to 16. What Not? 1918 by Rose Macaulay. Satire and sci-fi share DNA. Both weaponize absurdity to expose reality. Macaulay's novel, a sharp critique of wartime bureaucracy, imagines a Britain breeding for intelligence to evolve beyond war. But when a civil servant's lover is deemed a potential idiot, their romance is doomed. Critics claim this inspired Brave New World, but that's a red herring. Huxley mocked America. Macaulay skewered the UK's own delusions of progress. 19. We. 1920 by Yevgeny Zamyatin, a Soviet-era dystopia that's more than a dissident classic. D503, a math-obsessed inventor, documents his descent into madness as the one state crushes individuality. Zamyatin's genius? He turned bureaucracy into a character, a soulless machine devouring human emotion. Stalin banned him, but his legacy lives on. Every sci-fi dystopia owes him a debt. 18. The Female Man, 1975 by Joanna Russ. A feminist masterpiece with a Byzantine plot. 4 women from parallel worlds collide, exploring gender roles, power, and identity. But here's the kicker. Its anti-trans passages have resurfaced in modern debates. Do you think the book's outdated views diminish its overall impact? Or does its groundbreaking contribution to feminist sci-fi still hold up? Share your thoughts below. 17. Cat's Cradle, 1963 by Kurt Vonnegut. Vonnegut's dark comedy about Ice 9, a substance that turns water to ice, blurs satire and existential dread. It's a reminder that the line between genius and madness is paper thin. Ever wondered why scientists are obsessed with what if? This book answers that, and then some. 16. Camp Concentration, 1968 by Thomas M. Dish, a warped take on Cold War paranoia. A poet infected with syphilis to boost his creativity becomes a reluctant prophet of doom. Dish's genius? He weaponized language itself, asking, can genius exist without suffering? And if so, what does that say about the rest of us? 15 to 11. Neuromancer, 1984 by William Gibson, the godfather of cyberpunk. A washed-up hacker joins a corporate heist only to be manipulated by a rogue AI. Before The Matrix or Ready Player One, there was this gritty, neon-soaked vision of the future. Gibson's world isn't just high-tech, it's high stakes, where the only thing more dangerous than the code is the humans who write it. 14. The Dispossessed, 1974 by Ursula K. Le Guin. A physicist torn between a capitalist utopia and a socialist wasteland. Le Guin's genius? She made philosophy palatable. Shevik's journey isn't about picking a side. It's about asking, can any system truly satisfy the human soul? And if not, what's the point of trying? 13. Last and First Men, 1930 by Olaf Stapledon. A 2 billion-year history of humanity's rise and fall. Stapleton didn't just write a novel, he wrote a cosmic elegy. From the birth of intelligence to the death of the sun, this book is a love letter to impermanence. How do you mourn a species that never existed? Easy. You read this book and weep. 12. Station 11, 2014 by Emily St. John Mandel. A pandemic, a dying actor, and a troupe of Shakespearean performers. Mandel's genius, she made the apocalypse feel intimate. Arthur Leander's death isn't just a plot device, it's a catalyst for humanity's rebirth. What survives when the lights go out? Art, love, stories, and the strange, stubborn hope that maybe, just maybe, we'll find each other again. 11. Engine Summer, 1979 by John Crowley. A quest for lost love in a world reshaped by alien intervention. Crowley's prose is haunting. It's a reminder that even in a broken world, humanity's capacity for kindness and madness remains unmatched. Can you imagine a future where our gentler instincts outlive our worst impulses? Engine Summer asks, and dares you to answer. 6:10. The Time Machine, 1895, by H.G. Wells. Time travel isn't about escaping the past, it's about confronting it. Wells's classic isn't a political fable, but a scientific warning. Evolution isn't kind. Beauty, intelligence, even morality, none are guaranteed to survive. Time doesn't care. And that's the point. 9. Plague of Pythons, 1965 by Frederick Pohl. A plague of mind control hackers. Sounds familiar? Pohl's novel about a man hunted by possessors reads like a Cold War-era social media allegory. How do you protect your mind in a world of digital manipulation? The answer might surprise you and terrify you even more. 8. The Islanders, 2011 by Christopher Priest. A surreal, time-bending journey through the Channel Islands. Priest's genius? He turns geography into metaphor. Reality is fluid, time is a trick, and nothing is what it seems. It's the sci-fi equivalent of a dream you can't quite remember, but one you'll never forget. 7. The Star's My Destination, 1956, by Alfred Bester. A vengeful antihero's transformation from zero to hero. Bester's pulp masterpiece is a love letter to ambition. Gully Foyle's journey isn't just about revenge. It's about becoming someone worthy of the revenge he seeks. And if that sounds a bit too Tarantino, well, Quentin owes him a drink. 6. Rogue Moon, 1960, by August Budrys. A man killed, resurrected, and killed again by an alien artifact. Budrys' existential horror asks, can you ever truly understand something that doesn't want to be understood? The answer? Probably not. But the journey to find out is worth the terror. 5:1. 5. Roadside Picnic, 1972, by Arkady Boris Strugatsky. Aliens leave garbage on Earth, and people risk their lives to steal it. The Strugatsky's genius? They turn the unknown into a metaphor for Soviet bureaucracy. Stalkers navigate toxic zones for forbidden treasures. It's a reminder that the line between wonder and danger is razor thin, and the real monsters are the ones we create. 4. Dune, 1965. A desert planet, a messianic hero, and spice that makes you a god. Herbert's epic isn't just about politics, it's about how power corrupts everything. Even the best intentions, Paul Atreides' rise isn't a triumph, it's a tragedy. And that's why Dune remains a masterpiece. It asks the hardest questions and gives no easy answers. 3. Fiasco, 1986 by Stanisław Lem. Idealistic humans attempt to contact aliens only to trigger a war. Lem's bleak satire is a warning. Good intentions are meaningless without humility. The Quintons don't want peace. They want to be left alone. And that's the real fiasco. Our arrogance in thinking we're the center of the universe. 2. Obik, 1969, by Philip K. Dick. Reality is decaying, and a mysterious substance might save it. Dick's mind-bending tale is a meditation on identity and connection. In a world where time unravels, the only constant is other people. Are you ready to question everything you think you know? Obik will make you. 1. The Day of Creation, 1987, by J.G. Ballard. A doctor's obsession with creating a river leads to ecological chaos. Ballard's genius? He turns psychological exploration into a sci-fi parable. The book's central insight? We don't experience reality. We experience what we choose to see. And that's the most terrifying truth of all. So what do you think? Do these rankings surprise you? Which book would you add to the list? And here's a final thought to chew on. In a genre obsessed with the future, what does it say about us that the best sci-fi is still grappling with the same questions from a century ago? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate, argue, and maybe even agree.